Harvey Specter is one of mine, if not my favourite character from Netflix. Now, I don't watch much Netflix, but he's one of my favourite characters. And one of the reasons is because of the amount of charisma and confidence he shows, and how it's important that we take some of that on board. So today, I thought I'd do a breakdown of 5 of Harvey's top traits and how you can apply it into your everyday confidence. Welcome back to my channel, The Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset, with me, Johnny Pardo, here to help you boost your self-esteem and confidence. For a range of videos on self-esteem and confidence, be sure to subscribe to my channel or hit the bell to be notified whenever I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. You may or may not like Harvey. It's completely up to you. We all have different tastes in characters, we all like different traits, and that's the same with people in day-to-day life. But it's really important when we think about confidence and self-esteem that we can take traits and qualities of the people we admire without becoming them. I'm not saying you need to become them. Be you, be the authentic you. And that's what I do. But we can take parts of a character that might help boost your self-esteem and confidence. So let's go into Harvey and let's look at his confident traits. Number 1, the certainty he has in himself. Now, he knows some situations are going to go bad. He knows that there might be a bad result at the end. But as I've talked about, you've got to have the certainty in yourself. And Harvey has certainty and unbelievable self-confidence within himself to back himself in any situation. Like I said, there's failure, and we know failure can happen sometimes, but we also know there's success. But Harvey knows that he's going to do his best, and he has this faith that he's going to get out of any situation or most situations, because of his ability. You've got to have that belief as well. So keep working on your certainty, and I've got a previous video on certainty, but think of ways you can improve the certainty within yourself, because everything else is uncertain, but you need to increase the certainty within yourself. Trait number 2, he does not let anyone mistreat him. In that, he gets a lot of abuse for who he is. He's an extremely well-paid lawyer on lots and lots of money, but he now and then gets abuse. So whether that's from someone in his own firm, whether that's an opposition lawyer, or whether that's one of his clients where, there's a problem arising, he doesn't let it get to him. He just takes it on the chin and carries on. He gets abuse, but he does not let him define him, because he realised that's other people's views rather than his own. And he soon dismisses people who aren't nice to him. Either he'll walk away or he'll argue back, not in a defensive way, but he'll put his point across. So that's the second point. Think about how you can reduce the amount of negative people or negative things coming at you, because it's always going to happen, unfortunately. Hopefully a lot less for you, but it's always going to come at us. So you've got to think about how you can treat yourself better and not let other people mistreat you. My third point, but the most notable thing I picked out from Harvey, is his body language. And first, there's a couple of bits to this, but body language conveys so much about us. So if we're walking up straight like this, for example, not too much, I was probably overdoing it there, but if we're walking up straight with our chest high, our shoulders back, a nice big smile, what does that say about me? If you saw me in the street, you probably think, oh, that's quite a highly confident, maybe happy person. But if I was walking around in the street like this, hopefully this hasn't impacted the microphone, but walking around like this, you'd think, oh, he looks a bit down, he doesn't look very confident. Harvey has spectacular body language. Everything about his body language, if he doesn't even say a word, suggests this is a very, very confident man. And when you start walking and behaving in this way, you start acting in accordance with it more and more. Your brain starts to pick up, oh, we're doing this, we must be confident. It's a bit like if you start smiling when you're not feeling so good. Then your brain starts going, oh, okay, this is a bit weird, we should be happy then. So He's always moving confident, and therefore his thoughts follow that, and he feels confident as a result. So there's a couple main points, but there's many bits of his body language I could point out. The first one is his eye contact, as I'm trying to do on this video. Sometimes I'm not perfect at this. I sometimes lose eye contact, and for a video you don't hold your lost it a bit there. You don't hold your eye contact all the time, but you want it the majority of the time. And you've got to blink and everything like that, of course. But Harvey's eye contact when he's addressing someone is really, really strong. He's looking at an individual and he's giving them eye contact when he's explaining something. And when they're talking to him, he's holding eye contact. Because when we lose eye contact, start looking around like this, it suggests our focus isn't there. And it could be a bit irritating to other people, quite frankly. Now, some people I've heard of disorders when people can't give you eye contact, but a lot of the time it's because we're being lazy and we're not practicing our eye contact enough. And it's an area I'm looking to improve even more. But Harvey's always got that good eye contact, which shows you're grounded, you're comfortable, you're not looking around like you want to escape. So that's the first body language observation I wanted to note. The other one is his walk. I was kind of going into it a little bit before, but upright, relaxed, walking back, maybe a smile on his face, maybe a smirk. That suggests he's comfortable in who he is and where he's going. People who are walking in public sometimes are like hidden down there. Now, we've all got different situations. You can never truly understand the context. But if you saw someone hiding, you wouldn't think they're very confident. But if you saw someone open, it means they're open, they're comfortable in who they are. So that's the second point about body language that Harvey demonstrates as well. So body language is so strong in Harvey, and that's something you can think about. Think about how you can change your walk every day. Maybe just do 3 lots of 30 seconds a day of a confident walk, because when you do it over and over again, you start to become naturally confident. And that's what I do. I've worked on my walk over and over again, and then it becomes me. So that's the third point, Harvey's body language. My question for you today is, who's someone you really admire in terms of their confidence? I'd be really interested to know who yours is. I've obviously mentioned Harvey, but drop your role model in the comments below. Characteristic number 4, Harvey's ability to bounce back. Now this kind of touches on a little bit what we talked about already. But when Harvey has a setback, you'll see in the series, he's not, most of the time he's smug, he's looking comfortable, he's pulling jokes and everything like that. And women love him and notice him straight away. But now and then he has a serious situation on his hand, serious lawsuits and everything. Lots of things come at him. And sometimes it's a bit too much. For some of us, we completely freak out. But Harvey's a very calm character who's been in law for years and years and works really, really hard. But there are situations where they come really at him and it really stresses him out. You now and then see this kind of stress, but what he does every time is that he goes where he might go for a walk, he might sit on it and think about it for a little bit, but he always comes back. And that's what confident people do as well. They always know, even though a situation's difficult, that they can come back from it. They've always got a setback plan. They always come back, no matter what. So that's the fourth thing to note. Think about not giving up. Think about what you can do if the things are against you. Write a little setback plan. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to calm your thoughts down? Are you going to do some breathing? Are you going to go for a nice long walk? Are you going to journal on it? And come back and face the challenge that's come at you. And Harvey, a lot of the time, actually gets other resources and talks to people and talks to senior partners when he really, really needs it. So think about who you can ask for help as well. Don't be afraid to ask for help when things are really against you. And the fifth one is less serious. It's Harvey is very fun and playful throughout the series. Obviously, I just touched on when situations get very serious, but for most of the time, he's got this smirk on his face. He's cracking jokes in court. He makes some jokes about Lewis's style and the comments. Lewis, by the way, if you haven't watched Suits, is another lawyer who's a bit funny but a really good character who kind of Harvey jokes with in a nice way, sort of takes the mick out of it a little bit, and they sort of have a bit of back and forth between them. But Harvey throughout the series is just cracking jokes and calm. And that's another trait of confident people. They don't mind to have a bit of fun and try and make things less serious, even when they seem serious. So that's the fifth one. Make things fun, make things playful as much as possible when you're trying to increase your confidence. Okay, so today we've talked about the traits of Harvey Specter. What does he demonstrate in terms of confidence? And think about how these things, well, you can apply these things into your life a little bit more. Now, you might not have to model Harvey, you might have your own role model, and you can start following what they do a little bit. Just write down what your own role model does, and then start thinking about how you can do little habits into your routine to become like that. Because it's good, we need our authentic selves, we need to be who we are, but adding in a little bit more difference in our routine can shape up and increase our confidence even more. So make sure you do that. I also talk about this in terms of following role models and trying to improve your confidence by doing that, but being yourself in my latest book, The Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset. If you want to read more on this, then you can find the book on Amazon. It's available in both paperback and Kindle. I'll leave the link in the comments as well. Thank you very much for watching the video today. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like. And if you want more videos on self-esteem and confidence, then you can subscribe to my channel where I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. Remember, never skip Self-Esteem Day. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next episode.